Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first, our top story. An attempted break-in at an apartment led to a shots fired incident this weekend in southwest Sioux Falls. Police say a man tried to break into the apartment where people were inside on Valhalla Boulevard just before 5 o'clock Saturday morning. Police say someone else fired a weapon in connection to the incident. Officers arrested the man, who faces several charges, including burglary. They say he was not armed. Police are not providing information about the person who fired the gun. No one was hurt, and we expect to learn more about the incident during Monday morning's briefing by Sioux Falls Police, which will be live streaming beginning at 10:30. Members of the South Dakota Hispanic Chamber of Commerce hosted their second flea market in Sioux Falls on Saturday. Vendors from throughout the Sioux Falls area sold food, clothing, and other items at the market. Vendors were pleased with the public show of support for Hispanic businesses in the community.
You know, it's been great seeing everybody come together and seeing all the food, all the typical traditional clothing, bringing the whole Hispanic community out. It's been great.
The South Dakota Hispanic Chamber of Commerce formed last year and is affiliated with the National Hispanic Chamber based in Washington, D.C., which has 250 member groups around the country. And you want to be sure to watch next weekend when we air our Hispanic Heritage Month special. The program runs September 24th and 25th on KELOLAND TV. Plenty of purple bathed downtown Sioux Falls on Saturday for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. KELOLAND's own Tom Hansen emceed the event. Participants began the mile walk from the Levitt to Falls Park after planting their flowers in the Levitt lawn. The organization has raised more than $175,000 of the $255,000 goal. Their hope is to one day cure Alzheimer's.
Having Alzheimer's in your family, whether you're living with the disease or you're caring for someone that you love, it is an incredibly difficult journey. It often makes you feel very alone, and we want people to know that they're not alone, that we're here to walk with them.
Although the walk is over, you can still donate to the cause until December 15th on the Alzheimer's Association website. Let's take our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutten in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. We are off to a generally quiet start to the day out there, with one notable exception, which we'll get to in a little bit. But we'll start with a view downtown. There's Lion Park front and center. 58 this morning with not much of a breeze to speak of. So we're off to that quiet and calm start to the day. But we do have some rain to talk about, and that is in central portions of the region, south central South Dakota even, but that's starting to move east by northeast as we head through the morning. So you will want to keep that in mind as you go about the start of your day. We do have that potential to see some showers before things quiet down a little bit more as we head later into the afternoon and even into the evening. Temperature-wise, we're not doing too badly. 50s with a couple of low 60s out there, with winds generally light and variable. Now, we'll talk about a warm-up that will take us into the first half of the week, only to get a pretty harsh reminder that summer's days are numbered small. So we'll talk about the start of the new fall season and more coming up in your 7-day forecast.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, more girls are booting their way onto the high school football field in KELOLAND. We caught up with two girls who've earned place-kicking positions on boys' football teams in Garrettson and West Central.
It's been fun. It's been a new experience, right? Senior year, why not add another thing and try something different?
I've been playing soccer since I was 5 years old, so it's definitely my #1 sport, but I will still be there for football. So I'm kind of doing double time, but it's fun. So.
Find out how both girls have turned their love of soccer into a launching pad for playing football in tonight's Eye on KELOLAND at 10. It's the final round of play at the Sanford International, featuring the top players on the PGA Champions Tour. The gates opened at 7 o'clock at Minnehaha Country Club. The first group tees off around 10:15 this morning. A junior clinic takes place at 1:30 on the driving range. A closing ceremony and trophy presentation are scheduled to take place at 5:30 at the 18th green. There will be shuttle service from the Empire Mall to the Country Club until 7 p.m. It's your final chance to check out the 45 new homes on display in Sioux Falls and surrounding communities as part of the Fall Parade of Homes. The hours are from 1 to 5 p.m. The two feature homes cost $5 to tour. All of the other homes are free to see. The money raised goes to the Home Builders Care Foundation. Loop the Lake is a race on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls where participants compete on paddleboards or kayaks for prizes and bragging rights. The races start at 2 o'clock. All activities will take place along the west side of the lake off of West Lake Drive. It costs $25 to register. First responders, along with doctors, nurses, and active duty military, race for free. Spectators can bring blankets and lawn chairs to sit along the west side of the lake and enjoy live music. First Reformed Church in Sioux Falls is hosting a 50s drive-in block party from 5 to 7:30 p.m. This throwback event includes classic cars, live music, kids' activities, plus root beer floats and grilled burgers. Proceeds benefit the church's youth ministry. And Springdale Lutheran Church, southeast of Sioux Falls, is serving a soup and pie supper from 4 to 6 p.m. There will also be a bake sale and bazaar. Adam?
Well, if you're going to be headed outside this morning, also keep in mind one other thing. I want to cut down over to our Brandon camera. There's a view of the Brandon Valley Golf Course. When we can see it typically, there is some dense fog out there this morning. You will want to exercise caution as you go about your Sunday morning routine, especially if you are in the Brandon area, up toward Brookings, to a lesser extent, and near Lake County as well, but also up in Aberdeen. We have been seeing a decent bit of fog this morning, visibility below a quarter of a mile at times in northeastern portions of South Dakota, as well as in portions of Osceola County, where you see that little bullseye in northwestern Iowa. So visibility may be compromised at times on your Sunday morning. We'll also have to contend with that rain that's going to continue to move east by northeast going through the morning and into the early part of your afternoon. So again, if you're over toward Mitchell, Huron, the I-29 corridor, even into Sioux Falls, you will want to remember that as you continue to go about your day. We may have to dodge some raindrops. But once this gets out of here later this morning into the early part of your afternoon, we're doing pretty well for ourselves. We have a nice stretch of dry weather on the way as we go through the next couple of days. So here's Futurecast. And again, this gets out of here by the afternoon. High pressure builds in once more. Monday and Tuesday are actually looking pretty good. And they'll feel like summer, considering all those days are numbered. But once we hit Wednesday, the final full day of the summer season, we do have change on the way. We have the chance for rain that starts to build in a little bit more, but also take a look at that pool of cool air in Canada. That's going to come plunging down to the south and east, right on over our neck of the woods for the first at least 2 days of fall. Thursday and Friday, highs might not get out of the 60s in many locations before we try and moderate a little bit as we head into the first weekend of fall and then the first full calendar week of the new season. No incredible warmth on the way, but no incredible cold either. So we could really call it seasonable as we head through the first couple of days of fall beyond that cool down I mentioned before. Highs today in the 70s to near 80 with overnight lows falling into the 50s. Again, we could have that rain lingering in eastern KELOLAND for the first part of your day. As we go through the 7-day forecast, we do have a tale of two halves. The first half in general is going to be pretty warm, near 90 by Tuesday. But then that frontal boundary moves through, and you notice how temperatures take a pretty big step backward by day and by night. Highs Thursday and Friday, the first 2 days of fall, in the 60s with overnight lows in the 40s to maybe low 50s. We'll moderate a little bit by the weekend. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.